am assertive, I'm a bitch. When a man is assertive, he's a boss.
Bossed up.
He bossed up.
Hi, my name is Fumi. Welcome to my channel where we discuss all things healing, beauty, and entrepreneurship. Be sure to like and subscribe. So today is going to be a little bit more of a yapping video. Get your snacks, relax, sit down, put me on in the background because we're about to really get into some things today. When it comes to entrepreneurship, we all need to relax. I feel like some of the most intense people are entrepreneurs, and it's like, why? Like,
And I think that flipped the switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
In the end, I don't care whether you love me or you hate me, just as long as I win.
And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's gonna have to fucking try.
we don't need to live like men. Even they don't want to live the way they live. Like, let's be so for real. But I just want to preface this video and say this is not a gender wars video. This is just me speaking what I believe to be the truth and what I think the shift is becoming in entrepreneurship. And the reality is this: you have to live in the way that makes the most sense to you. If you're someone like me, you know that you want balance in your life. You want peace of mind. Even if you're an ambitious person, someone who really really has a lot of goals, high achievers, like another word they say, if you're somebody like that, you know how it can be. People are so intense with like how you need to work. Like you need to be very selfish because men are like that, and that's why they're so successful. No, men are so successful because patriarchy exists. It's not because they're selfish and they're boisterous. There's something in between, and that's called what? Patriarchy. Let's hear it. That's why these men are getting ease in business that you think they're getting, right? It's so funny to me because it's all these things that happen within the male community, and how we want to heal that. But in another sentence we'll say men are so selfish, that's why they're so successful. No. That is not why. All of us need to have more balance. We don't need to be self-centered in order to get what we want out of life. I do believe more women should put themselves first more. That absolutely needs to happen. So you see what I'm saying? It's like a spectrum. It's like a scale. There's the super selfish, super harsh on yourself end of it, what we deem to be successful people. And then there's like the other end of like people who are quote unquote pushovers, who never put themselves first, who are constantly like getting the short end of the stick. And we think that you're either end of the extremes, and that's not the case. We need more balance in entrepreneurship. And I think this applies to life. One of my takes about entrepreneurship is that it's like a big magnifying glass on your life and how you see yourself. We need to find the middle ground to everything. Another scenario people talk about: we all need to be more blunt. Y'all are too nice. We need to be more blunt. The other end of the spectrum being someone like that never says their opinion about something, never gives advice because they don't want to hurt feelings. No, we need to find the middle ground and find the balance between the two. Being kind in your delivery doesn't make it lose its value. That's my opinion. And I think we need to have more of that type of view, especially in entrepreneurship. You don't have to be a shark to be successful. And that is actually like my motto. You do have to believe in yourself. You do have to be assertive, but you can also be kind in that. You can be honest in that. Why does everything have to be black and white? That's not the world we live in. We are constantly living in the gray. Like in everything around us is a balancing act. Like I'm really yapping, y'all. So if you're running with me, keep running with me. Things don't have to be so black and white. You can live like yourself. There really is a time for everything. The reason why I'm making this video is because right before COVID, I was very much one of those hashtag girl boss, do whatever you need to do by all means necessary, very much like harsh in my beliefs and harsh in what I thought about the world. Like I thought I had to be a shark in order to get what I wanted in the world. And that's not the case, babe. Why can't I be intuitive and blunt? Why can't I be honest but know when to shut my mouth? Why can't I be compassionate but straightforward? that's something that I feel like I've been learning ever since, like after COVID. Like my career before COVID was very different, very different. Like I was going to so many networking events. I was sold that I was going to get an internship at Google, be an exec at Google. And it's like now I'm an entrepreneur working on my own business called Limoke, and it's a candle company. Our motto is illuminating self-compassion. We make candles, affirmation posters like this one, and yeah, give us a follow at Shop Limoke. Now my business is rooted in the power of compassion, self-compassion, and how we see ourselves, because I really do believe that we all need to be more compassionate towards ourselves, and that will splay out to the way we treat each other. So after COVID, whenever I got my first like big girl internship and like big girl job, I had a lot of interactions with a lot of different types of people who were sprinkled in the spectrum. I was talking about the hashtag girl boss, slay everything in your way mentality versus the pushover, let people walk over you and do whatever they want to end of the stick. But somebody that really like validated this ideology that I have was my old boss. She was really like somebody that validated that ideology for me, that you don't have to be a disgusting person to be successful. She was super kind to everybody, honest, but she was very hardworking and people knew that. And that made people trust her. That made people see the person behind title. Now, I feel like aggressiveness is important. It can be important depending on your job. For example, if you're a professional basketball player, if you're trying to play defense, you cannot be like, oh, excuse me. No, like it's not gonna work. You need to have aggressiveness in your stance, in the way you defend the ball, in the way you defend your team. Like you need to have an aggressiveness about it, because that's what will get you your goal at the end of the day. And then let's bring it back to business. I feel like for a lot of businesses, we do not need to be aggressive. Like, for example, my business, I make candles. Like, why am I being aggressive over candles? And I feel like that's the society we've had for so long. Like, everyone's aggressive, everyone's cutthroat, no matter what the industry is, because we believe that that's how we attain success. But I truly believe that we don't have to do that. And I pray every day that God uses me as an example to show that. I believe in assertiveness over like aggressiveness. I believe you do need to stand your ground and say what you need, but don't ever cut somebody's legs down because you're trying to get to the top. Like, I also believe in things come back around. So whatever you dish out, you're going to get it back. And sometimes more. Everybody, let's like calm down. And let's try to be more balanced in terms of the way we approach business. If you agree with this, let me know. Let's start a discussion about this. And thank you so much for watching my video. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.